My name is Dealinaire Shook, and I am the information collector. The EPA has announced a war. My name is Dealinaire Shook, and I am the information collector. Potential spaceport in Michigan. Send my condolences to the people of Kuwait. My name is Dealinaire Shook, and I am the information collector. Before I begin this week's broadcast, I just want to let you know, don't panic. A lot of things are going on right now that are very scary and that are very panic-worthy. But I reach out to a few people I know who move behind the scenes, and they told me that our events are in the working, and that even though they could not say too much, they didn't want to tip their hand, that they just wanted to let you know, don't panic. There are people out there who profit from panic. But there are people out there who are busy establishing order. And they know what they're doing. So, don't panic. This week I'm coming to you from Black Mountain, North Carolina. I apologize to my friend John. I promised I would be in Haywood County sooner rather than later, and I will, but not this week. John's a great guy. He was stationed in Turkey many years ago, and there's a lot of stories he told about his time in Turkey, some of which he wouldn't mind me repeating. Producer Merle is with us, ensuring light and sound go well. Black Mountain's a great place. You should look it up. It's a great place to visit, great place to live. It's the rocking chair of Western North Carolina, which is why they have a giant rocking chair here. This week's broadcast is sponsored by my ebook, Day Trip, The Spy Who Came In From the Rain. And it's a interesting look at the real life of a intelligence operative. It's a lot less glamorous than you might imagine. So right now I'm coming to you with this week's global private intelligence. Saturday, the Canadian Defense Ministry issued a press release discussing the Defense Minister's participation in the Manama Dialogue in Bahrain, hosted by the International Institute for Strategic Studies. The press release and his presentation outlined several operations their forces are involved in the Middle East. Operation Impact involves training and support in Lebanon. They are involved in capacity building with that nation's military, including winter mountain operations. In Jordan, they are conducting training and advising, including assisting the supporting with the implementation of a gender perspective in military operations, end quote. In Iraq, they are engaged in non-combat best practice training. And in Kuwait, they are engaged in air mobility support. They have 2 CC-130Js stationed there, This is 8 air crew, 16 maintenance staff, and a number of other staff. Operation Artemis involves securing the waters in the Persian Gulf and East Africa. This involves CP-140 aircraft. They have, over the past few years, interdicted and destroyed 35 tons of illegal narcotics. Operation Calumet involves their engagement with the multinational force in the Sinai Peninsula. They provide traffic control and security within the multinational force. Basically, the Canadians provide the military police within the UN force in the Sinai. And they are engaged in Operation Proteus. This is part of the 2005 Roadmap to Peace that the United States helped broker in the region. They provide advice, support, and logistics training to ensure professionalism in the Palestinian Authority security force. And finally, he discussed Operation Jade, which is the peacekeeping operations in Lebanon and Syria. The Canadians have 4 officers deployed there. On December 3rd, the European Union issued a list of infringement violations of EU countries. The European Union is a group of nations, and each nation agrees to certain things. And the infringement violations are interesting because it shows the interaction between the Brussels and the surrounding states. For example, in Belgium, the European Union said the Belgians needed to take a look at 3 construction projects and their environmental effects. In Malta, they told the Maltese that they didn't like how the Maltese were allowing their people to hunt wild birds, finches, quail, and such. This is actually an older issue. Apparently, birding is a very popular sport in Malta. In France, the EU complained about a Court of Justice judgment concerning air quality in the big cities. In Italy, the EU filed an infringement violation concerning fertilizer runoff. This was nitrates flowing into the ocean from farmers. And finally, among the last one I'm going to mention is that they complained about how the Austrians measured air quality. It's an interesting document showing how life in the EU is. On December 1st, Toyota Tsusho, this is not the Toyota company, it's a different company, in Japan announced a $100 million agreement with the Egyptian power generation company El Saudi, which we discussed last week. They will be providing El Saudi a power distribution management system built by Hitachi. This includes 500,000 smart meters, which will be involved in, quote, remote control and monitoring of the power supply through those smart meters. In the press release, they pointed out that Egyptian power generation has nearly doubled since 2016 to 58 gigawatts. There's a lot of opportunities there. And finally, on Friday, the United States State Department broke ground on a new consulate in Merida in the Yucatan. This will provide 1,000 jobs to Americans, Mexicans, and third-party nationals. This is part of the $1.5 billion that the State Department has invested in diplomatic operations in Mexico. My name is Delanere Shook, coming to you from Black Mountain, North Carolina. God willing, next week I will bring you more global private intelligence that you need to know. And remember, don't panic.